Al Burhan offers condolences for the martyrdom of Major General Muawiyah Hamid. Sudan calls on the African Union to lift suspension of its membership. Hassan Sheikh, some countries have an interest in Israel's recognition of Somaliland. Hello and welcome. Lieutenant General Al Burhan offered his condolence for the martyr Major General Muawiyah Hamid, commander of the 22nd Infantry Division in Baba Nusa in Dongola. Al Burhan praised the martyr's stance and historic steadfastness, saying, "The stand taken by the martyr Muawiyah is a heroic one that represents the armed forces and the entire Sudanese people." He added, "Our promise to the martyrs is that we will not stop until we cleanse Sudan and until the battle will not end until the rebellion ends." Al Burhan pledged to maintain the popular resistance even if the war ends. Lieutenant General Shams ad-Din Kabashi commended the resilience of the citizens of Soba and East Nile and their significant role in the Battle of Dignity, particularly the Battle of the Soba Bridge. During his inspection visit to the area on Wednesday in the presence of the governor of Khartoum, Ahmed Uthman Hamza, he promised to work with the governor to address the Soba water station problem, considering its vital role due to its connection to agriculture and livestock. He directed in an increase in electricity transformers to meet the need of the residents. The governor of Khartoum announced that the arrival of 851 transformers, some of which have been allocated to the Soba area. Foreign Minister Muhyi al-Din Salim Ahmed met today with Mr. Mohammed Yusuf, chairperson of the African Union Commission, at the Commission's headquarters in Addis Ababa. The minister expressed Sudan's pleasure at addressing the African Union Peace and Security Council at the ministerial level after a 5-year hiatus, emphasizing Sudan's desire to continue joint work with the African Union. The foreign minister called on the African Union to lift the suspension of Sudan's membership following the fulfillment of the fundamental condition of forming a civil-led government of hope and the achievement of the Silencing the Guns initiative. For his part, the chairperson of the Commission reiterated the Union's support for Sudan in its journey toward peace and sustainable development. Minni Erko Minnawi affirmed that the militia violence in Darfur has taken an ethnic dimension, leading to horrific massacre that consist international crimes. He pointed to the events in Zamzam camp and Al-Fashir, noting that the Masalit people in West Darfur, particularly in Jenin, are being subjected to genocide. He denounced the fact that the militia has not yet been designated as a terrorist organization. This came during his address on Tuesday to the session of the French Parliament. Minnawi addressed the direct support provided by the UAE to the militia. He also extended a formal invitation to a dialogue from the French Parliament to visit Sudan, witness the effects of the war, and assess the humanitarian situation. Engineer Ibrahim Mustafa, governor of the Jazeera scheme, discussed aspects of joint cooperation between this scheme and the cotton company during his meeting on Wednesday at his office in Port Sudan with Lieutenant General Nasr al-Din Abdul Fattah, Director General of the Sudan Cotton Company. The governor announced the scheme's intention to expand cotton cultivation in the new season as a part of the scheme's 5-year plan. For his part, the Director General of the Cotton Company pledged to overcome obstacles hindering the provision of financing for cotton cultivation. The Sovereignty Council on Thursday mourned the death of 21 martyrs who died in Tibt al-Khawad and Al-Garrai areas of River Nile State north of Al-Mutamma. Social media said that a boat capsized while crossing the Nile between the west bank at Tibt al-Khawad and the east bank of Dam al-Garrai. Reports circulating on social media since Wednesday indicated that 16 of the victims were women. No official statement has yet been issued by the local authorities regarding the incident. The search for the remaining bodies continued as of Thursday afternoon. The Khartoum East Anti-Terrorism and Crimes Against the State Court today issued death sentences by hanging against the defendant M.F. Kha in criminal case 181/2025 and QHM in criminal case number 104/2025, and a life sentence against the defendant SYF in criminal case number 134/2025 after convicting them of violating the provisions of Article 51A of the Sudanese Penal Code of 1991 as amended in 2020 for aiding rebel forces in undermining the constitutional order, waging war against the state and committing crimes against humanity. Following the necessary investigations, the prosecution formally charged them and referred the case to the court. Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed confirmed that some countries in the region, which he did not name, have an interest in Israel's recognition of Somaliland, saying, "I do not want to name any specific country or countries, but it is clear that some may see this recognition as an opportunity to achieve narrow, short-term interest at the expense of Somalia's unity and regional stability." The Somali president affirmed that his country is coordinating with its partners, led by Saudi Arabia, to nullify Israel's recognition of Somaliland region and to prevent any escalation in the Horn of Africa with unforeseen consequences. South Africa's beef export fell 26% in 2025, despite growing global demand, partially due to China's ban on the African country's red meat products as it battles its worst foot and mouth disease outbreak in recent memory. The country has faced foot and mouth infections since early 2025, when the disease spread to 7 of its 9 provinces. Beef shipment to China fell 69% to 1,687 metric tons last year, following the ban imposed in May. China was South Africa's third biggest external market in 2024. This was your today's news by Sniper TV. Stay safe out there.